Assalamualaikum dear students. Welcome to the Department of English Government Postgraduate College Attock. This is BSc 4th year class. We are studying a selection of margin prose, the textbook, and we were at chapter 2 of our book, The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. Look at the text. This is as the story is narrated by France. So this is what France is saying. That little boy, my last French lesson, and I scarcely knew how to write. I should never learn. My education must be cut short. I grudged at that moment every minute I had lost of hunting birds' nests or making slides upon the Sahara. Scarcely means hardly. Cut short, remain incomplete. Grudged, felt bad, regretted. Sour, name of a river. Now, Franz is saying that this is when Monsieur Hamel tells them that it would be his last lesson, and after that he would leave this town, and there would be a new master for the children, and he would be teaching them in German as it was ordered by the German king, and there would no more be any lessons in French. So this really disturbs Franz that this would be his last French lesson, and he would not be able to uh, learn French anymore. French, which is his native tongue, which is his mother language, and he really feels bad because he hardly has learned how to write, and he feels as if he would never be able to learn French anymore, and his education, it would always be incomplete because he would not be able to learn in French, which is his mother tongue, and therefore he grudges at that moment. Uh, Grudges, he feels bad that why is it that he lost or useless activities, like he would uh, just run away from school and go and enjoy himself, like hunting birds' nests or making slides upon the river Sar. And he felt that instead, if he had not wasted those moments, if he had not uh, left school, if he had not run away from school, he could have learned many things, and those things, they because now he would never be able to learn those things, and this is really a moment of reckoning for him, a moment for uh, to consider that why is it that he lost so much time, and instead he could have used that time to learn his own language, because from now on he would never be able to do that. And those books, which a moment before were so dry and dull, so heavy to carry, my grammar, my Bible history, seemed now to wear the faces of old friends whom I could not bear to bid farewell, could not tolerate, bid farewell, say goodbye. And then he says that when he looks at his own books, and those books which a moment ago appeared to him so dull and dry, so boring, and he thought that they were so heavy to carry in his bag. The books included his grammar, his French grammar, his Bible history, that is the book in which it was there were stories which are mentioned in the Bible. And then he realizes that all these books that he had thought so boring and so dull, now suddenly they appeared friendly to him, as if they are his old friends. And he he feels as if he cannot tolerate to say goodbye to them. He cannot leave them, he can never part with them because they are his friends, even though he had, before that moment, he had never realized that they were his friends. So, this is the moment when Monsieur Hamel tells him that it is the last French lesson they would be taking. It is this moment that really makes him realize his mistakes, and he realizes that how he has neglected his studies, and now he would never be able to learn his own language anymore. It was with them as with Monsieur Hamel, the thought that he was about to leave, that I should see him no more, made me forget all the blows of his ruler and the many punishments I had received. Blows mean beatings. Now, this was mean the first regret was that he would never be able to learn his own language. Now, the second was that even though before that moment he would not like to attend his class, but at that particular moment he realizes that he would be seeing Monsieur Hamel for the last time. Monsieur Hamel would be leaving very soon, and he might never be able to meet him again. So this was also the second sad feeling that he had at that moment, that the thought that he was about to leave. This thought that very soon he would leave town, and that I should see him no more, that I would not be seeing him anymore. And this made him forget all the blows of his ruler. Ruler mean the stick-like um, ruler that he carries with him. That even though in the past he has received so many beatings from that ruler, but now he forgets about those beatings and only remembers the good things and the many punishments that he had received from Monsieur Hamel. It seemed that all those punishments, they do not matter anymore, and he should forget about them. And the thought that he would never be able to see Monsieur Hamel again, this really disturbs him. Poor man. It was in honor of that lost lesson that he was arrayed in his finest Sunday garb, and now I began to understand why the villagers had gathered at the back of the classroom. Arrayed mean dressed, and garb mean dress. Now, poor man, it was honor of in that last session that he was arrayed in his finest Sunday garb. Sunday garb means the Sunday dress in Europe, because Sunday is the religious day for the Christians, and they would go to church on Sunday and they would wear their best clothes on that day. And at that day, Monsieur Hamel was also wearing his best dress, the dress that he would wear at Sundays when he would go to church. And therefore, he says that because today was also a special occasion, and because he was teaching his class for the last time, so he was wearing that Sunday dress. And he means France also understands before that he was not he could not understand why the villagers had gathered at the back of the classroom before that, but now he understands that they are there for this special occasion because it was the last French lesson and they wanted to attend that. Therefore, they are there. Their presence at such a moment seemed to express a regret that they had not visited that school room oftener. It was their way of telling our master that they thanked him for his 40 years of faithful service and desired to pay their respects to that land whose empire was departing. Regret me to feel bad after doing something, oftener, more often, frequently, departing to go away. Now, their presence, the presence of those people at the back of the classroom, it was a kind of gesture, and they were there to express this regret that they had not visited this schoolroom oftener. They should have also come to attend the French lessons, and it was also a way of telling their master that they really thank him that he taught their children for 40 years in a very faithful way, and they wanted to pay their honors to the land whose empire was departing, mean that how the French government, how it is no more controlling these parts, these two towns, Alsace and Lorraine. And in this way, he was, it was a kind of, means they were there to not only to pay respect to Monsieur Hamel and thank him, they were also there to pay respect to their country, their language. That's the end of our lesson for today. We would continue with our text in our next lecture.